Anyway, I'm baffled. All right, I don't know if you guys, if I'm, yeah, I think you can see my head. Anyway, who cares? You know what I look like. Let's roll those shoulders up, down a couple times, please. Last two, relax them down. Let's find Pilates posture, feet in parallel, abs zipped up, tailbone long, ribs pulled down, shoulders slope out of your ears, chin is not forward nor back, it is elongated. Relax those shoulders out of your ears. By the way, next week is February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, and therefore I will fully expect you to be wearing red, pink, whatever your Valentine colors are, and little Valentine headgear or whatever. Anyway, looking for Valentine's Day next week. I'll make sure Nutmeg can turn on the lights for you. Okay. All right, so, sorry. We're gonna start with a little bit of balance, ab, and quad work all in one. So if you need to hold on to a wall or something nearby, feel free. Otherwise, shift your weight onto your right leg. Lift up onto your left toes, pull your abs in, be aware of this as slowly as possible. Lift your knee parallel with your hip. So we're on that right leg. You should already feel that it's, you're working with balance here. Bring your hands here, extend that leg out in front of you, flex the heel back. That's where you should feel that quad. And then we're going to gently bring our fingers to the temples or just behind your ears. Deep breath in. On the exhale, give me just the slightest lift of the leg and hinge of the body, and then bring that down. So that quad should have felt that because we went slow motion, isometric contraction. Here we go again. Up on those left toes, bend the knee, parallel, extend that leg, flex through that foot, feel that quad, fingers to the edges of your skull, hinge, and down. Here we go again. Lift, knee, extend, flex, hinge, and down. Faster you go, the more challenges your balance. If you go quickly, up, and lift, extend, flex, hinge, and down. Again, up, knee, extend, flex, hinge, and down. Point the toes, lift the knee, extend that leg, flex the heel, give me a hinge. Good, we're just gonna do one more. Up, knee, extend, flex, hinge, and down. Hopefully you felt that. So now I want you to step back with the leg you just worked, your left leg. Get that hip flexor long, and then tuck the hips under and bend that knee to stretch out that hip flexor and that quadricep. Arm up, same arm, behind you, over, and then last thing, tuck the rib and hip together. Feel that hip tuck, feel that deeper stretch. And let's do the other side. So weight on your left leg, lift up so you're on your right tippy toes, pull your abs in, lift that knee to hip height, point the toe as you extend, flex the heel, tighten that quad, fingers to the edges of your skull, stay tall, give me a little hinge, and bring it down. Lift it up, knee up, extend, flex through the heel, give me that little hinge, and bring it down. And we come up, knee up, point the toe, flex the heel, give me that little fold, back down, lift, up, extend, flex, hinge, and down, toes, knee, foot, flex, hinge, and down two more times, sorry. Toe, knee, extend, flex, hinge. Last time, onto the toes, knee lift, extend the leg, flex through the heel, and bend. Woo, bring that down. And now we're gonna stretch that hip flexor out, so right leg goes back. Press the heel down, tuck the hips, bend, drop into it, arm up, reach, reach, and finally tuck it all together. And come on up. I'm sorry, a little kitty cat. toy here. All right, come to the end of your mat, please. We're gonna go into a wide stance so we can come down with our hands on our thighs. And we're just gonna roll through our cat and our cow a couple times, extending that tailbone as you come up in your cow, tucking under as you roll through that cat. Hey, speaking of, all right, on cue. Last time, cow position. So tailbone is up, torso is almost parallel to the ground, and then I want you to bring the ribs and hips towards each other by lifting those abdominals, but try not to round the back, right? So we're gonna stay nice and neutral here. And then shoulders out of your ears. We're gonna walk our hands down. We're gonna keep our legs wide for now. Slide yourself into a plank. So make sure you didn't leave your hips tipped up and make sure you didn't drop them down. You have that wide stance in your feet, so that should make this push-up a little easier. Your hands are close together. Your elbows are gonna come backwards and then straighten. We're gonna tip the hips. We're gonna shift forward. We're gonna do one push-up. We're gonna press back. Shift forward, do one push-up, come up, shift back one more time, forward, bend, straighten, shift back, and this time we're walking back. We're gonna bend the knees a whole bunch. We're gonna put those hands on the thighs, shoulders out of your ears. You're in that cow position, so that tailbone is up a little, but the abs are brought in, arms out to the side, lift your chest, leave your knees bent, and up you go. Exhale, bend your knees, flat back position. Abs and ribs are in. Walk your hands out into your plank position. Be strong. Give me 2 push-ups. Keep your body in a straight line. If the push-ups are too much, just plank it. Hinge those hips. Walk it back. Bend the knees. Ribs on the thighs. Elbows here or hands. Or if you're comfortable, arms to the side, but the chest lifts before the legs straighten. Deep breath in. Exhale to hinge. Walk it forward. Slide those hands underneath you. 3 push-ups, elbows come backwards. By the way, we are going to try and do big balls next week, even though it is Valentine's Day. Ribs on your thighs. Thumbs up. Chest lift. So hopefully you guys can make it. Exhale, hinge. Bring your hands down, walk it forward. Hands right underneath your shoulders. Elbow bends. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hinge it. Walk it back. Bend the knees. Ribs on the thighs. Arms to the side. Lift it up. Last time. Bend those knees. Flat back. Walk it forward. Shift your weight. Knees come down. Yay! And we press back. You can leave your arms in front, by your sides. You can make little fists and give yourself a little extra space behind your knees. Good. And then we're going to come up, roll those shoulders out of your ears, bring your knees underneath you. Give me another cat, please. Give me another cow. And then again, from this cow position with that tailbone up, I want you to pull those low abdominals in and pull the ribs up and in. So you're contracting through there, but you're not doing it again by rounding. You're just finding those muscles. Then walk your left hand forward and stretch your right leg back. And then shift back, so you're pressing through your heel, and then come forward onto your toe. And then back, and then forward, and last time back, stay there. Point the toe, lift that leg parallel to the ground. If it's okay with you, lift your left arm parallel to the ground. Then reach forward and stretch back as you flex. Reach forward, point your right toes, stretch back, flex your heel. Point forward, flex back. One more time, point forward, flex back, come down. Keep that in mind, what we just did. Round into your cat stretch, open into your cow, and then pull the abs in, pull the ribs in, neutral spine. Stretch your left toes back, flex through your heel, right hand forward, point your toe, flex and point. When you're ready, lift that left leg off the ground. If you want to add on, right hand up. And then press back, flex through your left heel, come forward, point through your toes, flex and point, flex and point. And bring that down. And we're going to round and find that cow, and then find that neutral. All right, we're gonna add on to that, working that rear chain, you know, your whole back side. So here we go, back up into your high plank position. Make sure your hips aren't tipped, but I'm just gonna walk forward a little bit. Okay, point your right toes. Flex through your heel, push backwards, but don't pike your hips, right? So you're just pushing backwards enough. Point the toes, travel forward. Flex back, point. Flex back, point. Make sure, again, you're not coming up and down. Travel in a straight line, even if that means you don't go very far. And then bring that right foot down, same thing, left side. Point, and then flex as you push back, point forward. Flex back, point forward, flex back, point forward, flex back, and come down. And we'll press back one more time, resting position. And then we'll come on up. All the way to a seated position for now. All right. Leave your left leg a little ahead of you. And lift your right leg into kind of a tabletop, and you get to hold on to it with your hands. Elbows are wide, shoulders are out of your ears. Exhale, you're gonna hinge back, you can keep that left foot on the ground, and you go to that place just before you start to topple backwards. Some of you won't topple, and you just go to a challenging place. And then extend that leg up, shoulders out of your ears, point your toes, flex your heel, point your toes, flex your heel, and then let go, point and flex, point and flex. Now you should feel your abs engaged since you're not holding on. And then bend that knee, come on up, shoulders out of your ears. Grab that left leg, tabletop position, shoulders back and down. Hinge back, find that challenging position even though you're holding on. Extend, grab hold, elbows are wide, point your toes, flex and point, flex and point, then try that, letting go. Good, knee down, bring yourself up. All right, here we go again. With or without the hands this time. Hinge back, right leg up, extend it up, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Let's leave it up, tabletop, come up. Left leg, lean it back, extend it up, point and flex. Try and leave it up in tabletop to come up. And we're doing that 4 more times. Here we go. Hinge back, right leg up, point, flex. Bring it up, left leg. Right leg. Just one more time, each leg. Good. All right, and then we'll grab hold of those legs and we'll just roll down as slowly as you can, making sure that as you touch each vertebra to the ground, both sides are as even as possible. And then once you're down, back of the neck is nice and long. You're gonna bring that right knee in, give it a little stretch, and then we're gonna extend it up. We're gonna lift up towards it, roll your shoulders out of your ears, point it, flex it, point it, flex it, point it, lift a little higher, flex it, pull it down. Point to lift, exhale, flex to pull, point to lift, exhale, flex. One more time, point to lift, exhale to flex, bend the knee, place it down. Left knee in, give it a little stretch. Good. Extend that leg up, point your toes, lift yourself up, 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 flex through the heel, come down. Point to lift, 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 and exhale, flex it down. 2 more times. Point to lift, exhale to flex. Last time, point to lift, exhale to flex. Good. All right, now we go legs in tabletop. Deep breath in, shoulders out of your ears, reaching long by your sides. Exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. You're gonna extend that right leg up. You bring that left leg over the head, so this version of single leg stretch, make sure that left knee is still directly over your hip. Switch it up on the inhale. Ooh, what am I doing here? What? Here we go. And extend. Switch and switch. I don't know why I'm doing them straight legged, because my right knee hurts, I think. All right, there we go. And reach. Inhale, switch, exhale, reach. Inhale, switch, exhale, reach. And reach. And reach. Knee stops when it's right over your hip. Again, it's not coming in. Keep going for me. A few more times. Really reach through that leg. Think length through the leg, not necessarily low, but just nice length. Good. 4 more. And then both knees bend and extend, and we're going to reach those arms overhead, and then we're going to exhale, double leg stretch. We're just doing a few like this, because then we're going to do our slow double leg stretch today. Reach and bend, reach and bend. A few more, reach and bend. And relax. Hug those knees in for just a moment, then stack them up and pivot the knees open. So soles of the feet together or heels together, Pilates V. Deep breath in, exhale, pull the ribs towards the hips to float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Then stretch your toes, lengthen the legs. Again, it's not low, it's long. Then reach the arms over your head, feel that extra challenge. Then you're gonna reach for your toes. It might be here, it might be here, might be way up here. Exhale, bend them, and then we start over. Inhale, open the knees. Exhale to lift head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, arms reach overhead. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, knees open. Exhale to lift the head. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, flex the heels, arms reach. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, down. Inhale, open. Exhale, lift. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Pay extra special attention this time, because then you have some on your own. Inhale, knees open. Step 2, exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. 3, inhale, point the toes. 4, flex the heels, arms overhead. 5, come up. 6, come down. You have 2 on your own, 6 steps. If you don't get the breathing, don't worry, just keep breathing, of course. Nice job, y'all. Looks good. When you finish that second one, just hug those knees into your chest. And then again, pivot the knees open. This time you're gonna bring your hands through and come to the outsides of the ankles. You're gonna roll your shoulders down to your ears. You're gonna bring your forehead up, and we're gonna start a rolling like a ball, but with knees wide. And then eventually rolling up, pausing for a moment. Maybe you have enough time to flap your flippers together before you exhale and come up. Flippers flap, 1, 2, 3, and we round. So it's the seal. You're welcome to go and roll back and up, and roll and up, Good job. Try not to use momentum, but control. 4 more. Good, last one. Come on up, pause, find your balance, shoulders out of your ears. Notice if your chest is caved, lift it up. As tall as you can, find that balance. Then you're gonna reach right hand to some part of your right leg. It might be the ankle, might be the toe, but whatever you can do and get that leg straight. And then same thing, left leg, open leg balance. Notice if your shoulders are rounded, try to find the shoulders squeezing together and the chest lifting without rolling forward yet. In a moment, we'll turn this into open leg rocker, but think about, you want this to happen because you curled your spine and you don't want to roll into your head. So with control, you round, and then you inhale and hold at the top. So you exhale to round, you inhale, hold at the top. Keep that going. Exhale to round, inhale, hold at the top. Exhale to round, inhale, hold at the top. Good, keep it going. And last time, you're gonna hold that balance at the top and then put your feet down. Shoulders out of your ears. All right, I want you to think about that exercise we did a little bit earlier. So you're gonna walk your feet back a little bit. We're gonna extend the left leg this time. Grab hold of it with your left hand as if you're getting ready to do that open leg balance, but instead, right arm opens to the side. You're gonna hinge back, but you're gonna find that place where you just, if I go too far, I fall. Don't want you to fall. Good. Come back to center, right hand grabs the left. We're gonna open again, same side. Hinge it back, open it up, and come back up. When you hinge, I want you to pause at that moment where you're just tippy, so you really get that challenge, and then come up again. And we hinge and we open, holding, and we're back up again. You should feel this rotation in those obliques. Good, 2 more. Last time. Woo. Bring it up. I hope y'all felt those. Grab your right ankle with your right hand. And again, you're gonna find that hinged position. You're gonna rotate to your left and you wanna go just to that edge and then come back up. And open. And back up. Two more. Beautiful, come on up. Shoulders out of your ears. Let's extend those legs. Pull your glutes out from under you. Sit tall on those sit bones. Press into that spine. Lift up out of your hips, so make sure you're not tucked back. Even hinge a little bit forward. Grab the backs of your hamstrings. If your knees are bent, that's fine. Bend your elbows and pull yourself forward, not just down, but forward. And then let go of your hamstrings. Bring your arms in front of you. And imagine you're reaching for something that's a little higher than your forehead. Stretch and reach, stretch and reach. And then gently bring that down. All right, since our obliques are warmed up, let's give them a little more attention. So we're gonna roll over onto one side. Top leg crosses over the bottom one, right? So we have a crisscross at the ankles. Knees are gonna start bent, and then we're gonna bend that elbow. As always, we wanna protect the shoulders, so we're gonna push the shoulder back. We're gonna lift up out of it. We're gonna engage those lats. You have to have a bend in your knees so that you have a way to straighten those legs and lift the hip. Don't move your feet, bend the knees, hover right above the ground, and up again. And we bend and hover and reach. Bend and hover and reach. Hover, so side bend. Two more. And come down. Slide that arm out so you can rest your ear on it. Lift that waistline. Stack your hips and stack your toes and your ankles so you can't see those toes when you look down. Lift that top leg, turn the toe down, keep that waistline lifted, tap the toe in front. Flex, tap the heel behind. Now, your body's gonna wanna flop all over. So you only go as far in front and as far as behind as you can keep control in your hips and your waist, that there's not a rocking and a rolling, right? And now I want you to switch it. Do your heel in front, lift up, rotate toe behind, heel in front, toe behind. Heel in front. Be dramatic about that lift, right? So lift it up and then point it down. Lift it up and flex it down. And then again, notice what's going on in that waistline. Make sure it's engaged. Beautiful. Last time, relax. As you come up, you're going to bend that left leg in, oh, whatever leg was on the bottom, bend it in front. Sorry, because I didn't say which side. So bottom leg is in front. The leg that was on top is kind of behind you now. But notice if you tipped over, sit taller. Then arms come up in that V, and we're going to go to the bent knee side just until you feel like, I'm going to fall, but don't fall. And then come up. And then you swing over, but don't let that happen, right? And back up. So to the side and up. Arms stay in a V. Don't just do this. Woo! Wind, like a tay in the wind. If anyone knows that reference at the end of class, tell me. I'll say it again. Like a tay in the wind. Someone will know it. I think Susan will know it. And then we're up. All right. Switch the legs. Same thing, other side. Pull the glutes out from under you. Pull your abs in. Get that leg a little behind you. Arms into that V. And over to that side. Go just to that edge, right where you feel like, too far. And relax over onto that elbow. Now take that top leg, or the leg that was behind you, and make it the top leg. Crisscross at the ankles. Make sure the knees are bent. Shoulder pushes back, lift up out of it. Check and make sure you're on the opposite side for side bends. So we arch up and we curtsy. And we arch and we curtsy and we arch and curtsy. Good. All the way down. Stretch that arm out from under you. Point your toes. Stretch the body long so you can't see those toes. Waistline off the ground. Top leg lifts. We're going to point down in front and flex behind without too much tipping. Now, you have to open your hip to put that heel down. So there'll probably be a little bit of movement, but I'm not going very far behind myself. If that makes sense. And then we're going to switch it. We're going to bring the heel in front and tap the toe behind. Heel in front and toe behind. You may notice you're more stable on one side, so you just want to do your best. I'm going to stable on this side, so I'm going to try and find out what I need to do to fix that. What muscles do I need to engage? And then we're going to rest over on our abs again. Arms straight out in front of you. Big toes are touching, right? Big toes together. Let your heels roll open for a moment. And let's just stack those hands and rest that upper body. Heels come together. Feel that squeeze, inner thighs engaged, glutes engaged. Open the heels. Close the heels. Open, close, open, close. 2 more times. Open, close, open. Weave the heels together. All right. Bring your hands just a little bit in front of you, but under your shoulders. Lift them off the ground. Hover there. Make sure your heels are still together. Toenails are flat on the ground. Bring your arms, stretch your upper body. Dive your arms forward. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, dive forward. Imagine you're making a heart. Ha ha. Out and around. And now, zip, through the middle. Out and around. Zip, through the middle. Aorta. And chambers. Ventricles. Good. Keep it going. Engaging that lower body. Abs run in. And relax. And let's just windshield wiper those legs side to side. And then bring them back down. We're going to do just a little bit of swimming now. That was breaststroke. We're going to do a little regular freestyle. Shoulders out of your ears, point your toes. Lift your left arm and your right leg, but engage so you don't tip over, right? And then right arm, left leg, left, right, and right, left. Now, I'm going to challenge you to do something a little bit different. Lift your left arm and your left leg, lift your right arm and your right leg. So same side. Again, don't get tippy. Last two, and last one. Now, point your toes, lift your thighs off the ground. Lift your arms off the ground. Right arm, right leg, left arm, left leg. Right, right, left, left. One more time, right, right, left, left. Change it, left arm, right leg. Right arm, left leg. Left, right, right, left, right, right, left. And now you're just gonna flutter. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get those thighs off the ground. Point those toes, reaching, reaching. 3, 2, and 1. Your choice, windshield wiper or press back resting position. And then we're coming on up onto all fours. We're going to roll through that cat-cow a couple times. Beautiful. And then mosey your way back over onto your spine for me, please. And we're going to bring our heels together in that Pilates V, but they're on the ground. Knees are open, but not just flat, right? Bring them so that they're a little farther open than your hips, about shoulder width apart. So bring your hands down, and you shouldn't feel like your hands are way out here. Your knees should be right at hand level. And then bring your hands down, shoulders open. Press into your heels, lift your glutes off the ground. Bring those knees a quarter of an inch closer. Good, so you should feel your glutes. So we're in that bridge pose. Notice if your ribs arched up. Let's pull those in. Let's tuck those hips. And then lift up on those toes. But keep the heels together. So if that didn't happen, walk everything back. Then you're going to squeeze your knees together a little more. We're going to lower the hips about an inch. And we're going to lift the hips and squeeze the knees. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. You should really feel your glutes and hammies in this. 4, 3, 2. Now you can stick with that, or here's the big challenge. Take your right leg, straighten it out on the ground, open it to the right, and lift it up. And now notice if you tipped into that left hip, try and keep everything as stable as possible, and then lift the right leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels together, toes apart, shoulders out of your ears. Stretch the left leg out on the ground. Lift it to the left, or slide it to the left, and then you lift it up. And then we go up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels together, heels down, hips down. Deep breath in. Exhale, everything comes up. Up onto your tippy toes, heels together. Right leg slides, opens to the right, lift it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Left leg slide it, lift it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. We're going to skip the slide. Right leg all the way to the side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels together. Left leg out to the side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time each way. Right leg 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left leg, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I lied. I have one more challenge for you. Back of the neck is long. Lift the right leg up and over to the right. Lift your left arm, bring it down. Here comes the big one. Lift your right arm, and bring it down. Left leg off to the side. Lift your right arm, bring it down. Lift your left arm, bring it down. Heels down, hips down. Hug one knee in to each shoulder. Take a little rock side to side. Cross your right leg over your knee, left. Hug that in, scoop it over to the right, up and over. Let it drop to the left. Come back through center, let it drop as is to the right. Come back through center, uncross, and then go left over right. Hug that in, bring it up to the left, over to the right, let them drop right, and back through center, let them drop left. And back through center. Woo! All right, lower body should be nice and warmed up, we'll call it. Feet on the ground, shoulders out of your ears. Let's straighten out that right leg and extend it up. Take your fingertips to your hip bones. We're going to do some nice little leg circles here. As you feel more stable, you can make your circles bigger. You could also straighten out your left leg and flex through that heel. Remember, the name of the game here is keep those hips stable. So let's pretend like you have a cup of hot chocolate on your hips. Why not? Or those scoops of your breakfast ice cream. And don't spill it. Good. Bend that right knee, place it on the ground. Left leg comes up, and we start with those small circles. Inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other. Inhaling and exhaling, making those circles bigger. And then finally, if you want, you straighten out that right leg and flex through that heel. Try and get the back of the right leg close to the ground. And then bend that knee, place the foot on the ground. All right. We're going to go again, right leg up in the air, but then that left leg is going to meet it. We're going to reach up for that right leg for our scissors, but again, we're going to change that a little bit by flexing through that right heel and pulling it in, getting that deeper stretch. Inhale, point, switch, exhale, flex, pull in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, Almost there. Last time. Good. Bend those knees, tabletop. Pull your abs in. Pivot the knees back open. Flex through your heels, Pilates V. Now your knees, again, they're a little wider, but they're not flopped out, right? So with control, hands down by your sides. Reach those shoulders out of your ears, toe touch exercise, but we've got both legs going and we've got that wide V. So it's a little more challenging. You can point your toes as you come to the ground and then exhale, flex up, or you can stay with that flex through your heels and you have to go a little farther. I want you to go as slowly as possible this time, inhaling forward and exhaling as you come up, but taking your time, especially on the way up. And notice as you lower, is there some wobble side to side? Does one side of your body lift a little more than the other? Try and be aware of that and keep yourself as symmetrical as possible. And then once those legs come back up again, we're going to extend those legs straight. If that's too much for your hamstrings and your low back, then go back to the bent knee. Otherwise, pivot those knees open by rotating the hips open. Bring the heels together, Pilates V in your feet, hands down by your shoulders, or stretch your shoulders away. Take your right leg, reach it forward, but don't let things pop up, right? So stay in control. If your leg goes low, make sure it doesn't go so low that the low back lifts up, right? And then leg back up. Left leg reaches and flex to lift. Point to reach, abs flat, and back up. And reach and flex. Take a break. I'm going to stretch out those hip flexors and we'll go back for one more round. Heels are wider than your mat. Let your left leg drop in, your right leg drop open. You should feel a beautiful stretch on the front of that left hip flexor and into your left low back. And then we're going to switch it up. Right knee is going to drop in, left leg drops open. And we switch again, left knee in, right leg out. And finally, right knee in, left leg out. And then once again, we have options. Go back to your toe touch if that long lever, in other words, straight legs is too much. Go to single leg, or if you want that last challenge, point your toes, lower both legs at the same time, exhale, flex to lift back up. Point to lower lift, ribs stay flat, and exhale to lift. Keep that going, point and flex, point and flex. Notice if your chin is tipped up, keep the chin pulled in. A few more here. Last time, hold it at your most challenging position, whether that's bent knees or legs straight. Wherever it is, stay, go a quarter of an inch lower, up, quarter, quarter, tiny, 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 tiny. Bent knees if you need to, and relax. And once again, we're going to stretch out those hip flexors, legs go wide. A little different this time. Let them do the first way, drop your right leg in, and then drop your left leg in. This time as you come up, leave your left leg where it is. Don't let it flop open. Let your right knee drop in without dropping the left leg open. Slightly different stretch, maybe a little farther on your outer hip. And IT band. And then back through center, left leg in. And back through center. All right, we're going to kind of put a couple of exercises together here. So we're going to bring those legs up. We're going to extend them again. You can do this bent knee. Then you're going to lower them, not to your most challenging position, but to a slightly challenging position. Arms go up, and then you're going to reach them over your head. We're going to stretch the left arm and the right leg a little away from each other. And then the right arm and the left leg. Left, right, right, left. It's not about bringing my arm up. It's about reaching the opposite leg and the opposite hand farther away. So hands overhead. And then when you're ready, you're having a tantrum. As you have the tantrum, don't move your hips, right? So nice and controlled here, please. Abs strong in. Hips are nice and square. You should feel these. Good, good, good. Keep it going. So it's as if we're doing swimming, but we're on our back, sort of like a backstroke, but there is an exercise called backstroke, and this is it. Woo! And relax. All right. Rock and roll side to side. Drop over onto your right side, elbow up. Left leg behind you. I want you to really emphasize getting that knee behind the hip. And then I want you to roll your left hip forward a little bit, and that should give you that nice hip flexor stretch. Walk your left hand forward and rotate into it. Then lift it up and open it behind you. Then you're going to come up. We're going to put that left leg in front, back onto the left elbow. We're going to drop that right leg way back, so knee is behind the hip. Press it back, but then push the hip forward. And that should get that nice stretch. And then arm is going to come in front of you, and then walk, 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 lift up, and reach behind you. And then we're coming all the way up. Seated position, shoulders out of your ears. Bring those hips underneath you so you can sit nice and tall. Shoulders out of your ears. We're going to do a little bit of the saw here, a little bit of the saw. We're going to do the saw here. Arms out to the side. Take your right arm, Bring it forward and then hinge and reach for your left pinky toes without rounding, right? Give it a little extra twist by pressing against your side and inhale center. Other way. Left arm forward, reach for your right pinky toes, grab it, reach it, twist it with that back arm and inhale up. Exhale, twist, reach and inhale up. Exhale, twist, reach and inhale up. Sit tall. If you need to do this with bent knees because your hamstrings or your low back are tight, it's absolutely fine. Couple more here. One more round, right to left and left to right. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Try and still stay up on those sit bones. Avoid rounding back. So if you need to, pull your glutes out from under you. Bring those ankles towards you and then just gently place your elbows on those inner thighs. We work those hip flexors a lot today, and those inner thighs might get a little fatigued also. So we're going to give them a nice little gentle stretch. You're not trying to break your own groin muscles here. Nice and easy, just press. Good. And then bring those legs together. Extend that left leg. And as you roll down, grab that right knee over to the right shoulder. And then pull it through center and bring it over to the left shoulder. Start to feel that hip and outer thigh. And then you're going to draw circles over there. And then come on back through center. Reach down with your right hand, grab your right big toe, flex the heel to the sky. Feel that hamstring stretch, and then straighten out that leg. If you can hold on to the toe, you're going to point and flex, or toes. If you can't, hold on to the ankle and either point and flex or do circles. Totally up to you. And then you're going to hug that knee in one more time, and you're going to cross that ankle over your thigh. You're going to thread the needle. One more outer hip stretch here. Left foot on the ground, arms into a T, knees drop over to that left side. And then as you come back through center, leave the left leg there, straighten the right leg out. Left knee comes up and in to your left shoulder. Pull it across your body to your right shoulder. And then while it's over there, you're going to draw those circles. Both directions. And then back through center. Grab the backs of the legs, pull it in, and then reach down with your fingers and grab your left big toe. Extend that foot to the ceiling, feel that hamstring stretch, and straighten out your leg. And again, if you can hold your hand there, you're going to point and flex against your fingers, and if not, you can still point and flex holding lower or circle. You're going to bend that knee, you're going to do that little thread the needle, and then we're going to drop those feet or everything to the right. And then you're going to just roll everything back through center. We're going to prop up on those elbows, press into those hands. We're going to roll over onto our hands and knees. We're going to walk those hands forward, and we're going to snake cat-cow. That doesn't make sense. We're going to undulate cat-cow. So as you come forward, you're in the cow. As you come back, you're in the cat. Good. And then finally, we'll tuck the toes and we'll press up in that down dog. You can pedal your heels out one at a time. Wide stance. Walk it back. Bend your knees. Put your hands on your thighs. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Lift that chest. Use your arms to help press yourself up. Big deep breath in.